All right, I'm gonna shoot a video talking about cookies and grocery store shopping and that sort of thing, but I'm gonna preface this with I almost didn't want to shoot this video because the conclusion of this video is supposed to be me throwing away a box of cookies that I purchased. And I sat here and really didn't want to do that. And almost didn't shoot this video because of that. But now I'm committed, so. Here's the story. Grocery store shopping. The reality is, we go to the grocery store to cook food at our house. We know that most of the food that we bring into our house we're going to eat, especially if it's junk food. So we have a choice. When we go to the grocery store, if we purchase junk food, it's game over. We're going to eat that junk food. So what's a strategy so that you don't purchase as much junk food at the store? So a little story. I was going to the grocery store, going to buy my weekly stuff like eggs and almond milk and just some basics. I was hungry though, so I went to the store. It was Sunday yesterday. You know, I have some little cheats here and there on Sunday, like everyone does, right? I get in the store, just buying my stuff, no plan to buy anything else. And all of a sudden I walk by cookies and I was like, crap, I kind of want a cookie. I'm really hungry right now. So I was like, well, I just need one cookie. I'll just buy one. Like, I mean, that's not the end of the world. It's just a cookie. But then single serving was only oatmeal raisin. And those aren't that good. I mean, I'll eat them if I have to, but you know, that's not the same as chocolate chips. So I was like, all right, well, now I'm kind of committed. I'm buying chocolate chips. So I searched around. The only chocolate chip they had was a dozen in a box. So now I'm left with that choice of, well, I'm gonna buy this dozen. So I bought it, and you know, it's a dozen cookies. Like, cookies are cheap. Most junk food's pretty cheap, so there's no like financial concern about having to buy way more than I actually needed. Bought the cookies, came home, ate 5 of them. You know, regretted it, was bummed out. But the part that I was more bummed out is now those cookies are sitting on my counter. Well, they're cookies, so it's like I'm not gonna put them in the pantry. I'm gonna forget about them. They're gonna go bad. They're gonna be stale. That's kind of a waste. So I just kind of left them out. Like, I don't normally buy cookies like this, so I don't really have like a place for them. So I left them out. The problem with that is all morning this morning, every time I went into the kitchen to get water, or coffee, or whatever, they were right there. They were staring at me, basically. So, you know, it put me in a situation where I had to have a lot of willpower to say no to them. And this was probably like 6 or 8 times, you know, this whole morning, was those cookies were right there, right in my face. Luckily, Monday morning is like the time that I eat the cleanest, morning in general, and then especially on Monday, because you just usually ate crap over the weekend. So, you know, I'm set up to be more successful, to not have those cookies right now. But I tempted myself 8 times with those cookies this morning just by them sitting on the counter. So there's one small tip, is put them in the pantry. The bigger tip is, how do we not buy them in the first place? So a suggestion I have, there's 2 suggestions. One is eat before you go to the grocery store. So when we're hungry, we're gonna make worse food choices. We're thinking about our hunger, and it's influencing our decisions. So when we're in the grocery store and we're hungry, there's people who have their entire careers surrounding the concept of impulsive buying at grocery stores specifically. And so they know how to get you. They put cookies right at the end register. It's 1 cookie. Oh, it's only $1. Like, that's how they get you. There's a cookie. You're gonna buy it. So if you're starving, you're gonna be even more likely to buy it. So eat a meal before you go. That's not just for junk food, but it's also for buying too much food and throwing half of your food away throughout the week. The second one is, and I would highly recommend this, it's not for everyone because it's not in every city yet, but there's an app called Instacart. And what it is it's a food delivery, grocery delivery app. You pay a slight premium for some of the products, and if you sign up for an annual membership, all the deliveries are free. So there's a very small markup on this, but it ultimately ends up saving you money, because what do? You order on your phone at your house when you're not impulsively hungry, which means you buy less food and usually buy less junk food. Because if you can set your time when you're gonna order your food right after you eat a meal, you're not gonna be as tempted by that cookie being right in front of you in the aisle. You're gonna order on your phone, and it's gonna be a lot harder to order it. So the two suggestions I have today is either eat before you go to the grocery store so that you don't make poor decisions. It'd be way better to go and overeat a little bit and make sure you're full before you go than to go buy too much or junk food and then eat that 5 times throughout the week than it would be to just consume a couple extra calories that day because you've already eaten. So that's one thing. The second is order on Instacart or some food delivery service, and you'll make better choices. And make sure when you're ordering, you're doing it at a time hopefully when you're full or when you're not craving junk food. Now, to conclude the video, like I said, I'm taking this box of cookies, and what I'm gonna do, because if I just throw these things in the trash, I may pull them out after. So what I'm doing is I'm pouring water on them. Because then I'm not tempted. I'm not tempted now with these cookies. And I'm gonna throw the box away and put the cookies in the trash or garbage disposal so that I don't have to put myself in a situation where I'm tempted. Have a good day, guys.